Welcome to the This Could Make Us Famous podcast. You've heard all the stories of the rich and famous. But what about everybody else? Some of the greatest and funniest stories come from everyday people. Here, we share their stories and just maybe make them famous. Let's get started. Here is your host, Jason McCormick.
What is going on, everybody out there? I'm your host, Jason McCormick. Welcome back to the podcast. And Mr. Charlie Bartha is here in the house again.
Hey, everybody.
And he's right beside me, like old times, just like old times. How's it feel being back in the chair? The chair.
Well, I missed my corner, but I brought something from my corner over here, and so you'll have to see if you can find it. And if you find
I didn't
it,
even know you had it.
Find it and leave it in the comment section below.
And then what?
I don't know. We'll hide it again next time.
And then we're going to hide it again. That's funny. So anyways, welcome back to the show, guys. I don't know if you've noticed, but I got something whacked off of my head. And poor use of words. But look at this. Look at my head.
Yeah.
I had a whole lot of hair. Okay. And the problem is I grow my hair out to a certain point, which is what you guys saw the last time. I always wear a hat to keep, that mess controlled. And I finally got tired of it. And I'm like, I need to find a good style. So my wife was looking up different barbershops and hair salons, and she found a place called Scissors and Scotch. And it was really amazing. I'm not going to lie. They did an amazing job. It was the one in Overland Park, Kansas. I went in there and I had read all the reviews, and I got to the point, there were so many good reviews. And then I got to the point where someone was like, just stop reading the comments and you just go, because this place is that good. So I'm really excited to call them my new barbershop. So you go in there, you tell them what you want. They treat you really well, very friendly. And they helped me with a hairstyle that fit my face better. I don't have all the expensive products to do exactly what they did to my hair. I only have like one product, and it's not really the right one. So it puts like a shine and a wet look, but the one they used was amazing. So, but yeah, they helped me work out a style for my hair, got rid of all that mess I had. And then when you're done, you pay, and then you go to the bar area and you get a free complimentary drink, which is technically not free because you've paid for it in the price, but it was really cool experience. So I liked it. Charlie got his hair cut. You guys haven't seen. Oh, by the way, welcome back, Charlie. He was on a vacation for a long time. How was that?
It was eventful.
Yeah. To say the least.
Say the least, yeah.
But you got your haircut.
Yes.
And you want to give a shout out to who did your hair?
I don't recall the gentleman's name, but I got it done at Terry's Barbershop. I'm not going to say where. I'm just going to say Terry's.
Terry's. Oh, Terry. But I like this look on you, though, because usually you have like the Charlie Bartha haircut, and it looked more like a helmet, because it stuck out from your neck. Now you have like a smooth, and I should add, you guys would be very proud. This guy right here has been on a diet, keto diet to be exact.
Yes.
And he lost. What is that? Oh. I told my friend I'm shooting a podcast, and he's literally calling me right now. But yeah, Charlie, how much have you lost?
I started it on August 1st, and I weighed myself yesterday, and it is 20 pounds. I'm also up to about 2.5, 3 miles average walking when I walk.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't walked in a couple days, but that's because last time I walked, I got a big blister on the bottom of my foot that needed to heal up a little bit before I put some walking back on it.
Wow. Well, that's awesome, man. So congratulations. I wish I would have had the applause button. I haven't had time to really do a lot of stuff to the soundboard and add some different sound effects because I have this new job I've told you guys about. And I've been working 12-hour shifts, and so I've been trying to balance out doing the show and all the editing, and it's tough. It's tough. So, but I'm doing my best. So anyways, congratulations, Charlie, on your new success with your health, losing weight. I was supposed to have started the diet with him, but I felt led
not to. That cheesecake, and ice cream,
those
just
jelly donuts. But yeah, there's a lot to dieting, and I have a hard time with it. I've tried a lot of different ones. Keto is I'm not a professional, okay? I'm not trying to say that you come to me for the answers about dieting because I don't know everything, but my opinion, okay, just an opinion, because I got trashed from my last podcast. I mean trashed about, I guess we got a little political, and I guess you expect that.
Yeah, you guys were doing shop talk and somebody took
I was just shop talking, and they're like, Jesus, man, you guys need to know what you're talking about before you put stuff out there. Here, let me help you. Anyways, that's a long story. So, but yeah, I would say the keto diet is probably the fastest way to lose weight, but there's a lot of, it's controversial, like as far as like health wise, how good it is for you in the long run, but that's a debatable topic.
Well, in some of the research I've done, diets don't work.
It has to be a lifestyle change.
It's a lifestyle change, yeah. You have to change your lifestyle. You have to change how you eat, what you eat, when you eat.
Right.
And all that comes with physical activity. You can't sit on the couch
and do nothing and
expect to change your lifestyle, change your diet.
Right.
So.
I mean, it absolutely has to be a lifestyle change, because I know that whenever I dieted, it took me a long time to get to a certain point, and then all of a sudden when I dropped the ball a little bit, I just gained all that weight back just like that. So it takes longer to lose it than it is to put it back on.
And even people that do go the extreme measure, because they've tried dieting and it's not been successful, so they do weight loss surgeries. Those aren't always successful unless you change your lifestyle.
Right.
And because even if you get the if you get the gastric bypass, which basically makes your stomach tiny, and the opening for your stomach is the size of a dime, and nothing can get in your stomach that's smaller or bigger than a dime. And someone I know had that surgery, and they didn't change their lifestyle. They didn't do any physical activity. They didn't.
And they gained it all back.
And your stomach, even though you shrunk it down to this big, will go back to this big or bigger.
Really?
Yep.
At that point, couldn't your stomach burst though, because it's so?
No, your stomach is elastic, or whatever, so it will stretch.
Really? I did not know that. But I saw something though, and I believe they do it in Mexico, where I think I saw it on Netflix or maybe YouTube. It's one of those two, and they swallow this pill-like thing, or it's like a balloon, and it goes down, and they put it down in your throat, and they get it down into your stomach, and then they air it up, like inflate it, and it shrinks your stomach. And I know it's not permanent, like it lasts for maybe a year, I could be wrong. And then they take it out. But at that time, like, you're losing all this weight because it shrinks your stomach, but you don't have to have the surgery. So, and I saw them do it, and it seemed pretty disturbing. Like them putting that thing down your throat, and I can't remember if they sedated them, but
Yeah. Well, there's a supposedly pill out there that was featured on Shark Tank,
ooh, the magic pill.
and they've all got a hold. All the Sharkies got a hold of it, and rebranded it, made a different name. But supposedly, it's the fastest way to take in your body into ketosis.
Huh.
I'll let Jason explain what ketosis is.
Ketosis, something to do with ketones in your body, like it produces ketones. Your pancreas breaks down. I don't know.
Anyway.
I'm not going to try because people on the internet are just going to destroy
Well, you're
me.
the one that was describing it to me. The way I understand it is what the scientific part behind it. I'm not even going to try to tell you, but my version of it is that what happens is your body goes into what they call ketosis, and during the ketosis, your body will start to eat the stored fat. And
so
it doesn't. Something about it doesn't.
Here, now they can't tear me apart unless they want to argue with Google. Take it up on Google, okay? Ketosis is a metabolic state in which fat provides most of the fuel for the body. I knew that part. It occurs when there's a limited access to glucose, blood sugar, which is the preferred fuel source for many cells in the body. Ketosis is most often associated with ketogenic and very low carb diets. Well, there you have it. That's ketosis. I had a friend that he was like over 250 pounds. He's way shorter than me, so like 250 pounds is huge.
Yeah.
And he did the keto diet, and he lost a ton of weight, man. Like he had loose skin and stuff, but he stayed committed. I mean, we couldn't get him to eat a donut. I mean, he was very committed, and
Yeah, I remember him doing that one show with Nate that one time, and
yeah.
he wouldn't even, he put it in his mouth, tasted it, and then brought it right back out. He didn't.
Yeah, I mean, it'll kick you out of ketosis, but he did have cheat days, maybe once a month or something like that. But
Well, they say that if you got to a certain point, then you can throw in a cheat day or so, and
Right.
be all right.
yeah, so I mean, it definitely works. But there's other diets. I did read somewhere that a lot of professionals agree that the Mediterranean diet is the healthiest diet in the world, because you got all the oils, and I guess like olive oil is introduced in a lot of the food. You got you eat fish, whole grains. It's just a healthy, very healthy diet. And then the Japanese diet is extremely healthy too. Those are like the two healthiest.
Too much rice.
Yeah, just a little bit of. I don't even know if they do. Well, I guess they do, because they do sushi and that has rice.
Mm-hmm.
But I love rice. I love starches.
I still don't know how they do it, and do it as fast as they do it. But they'll sit down, and they'll sit down and have a bowl of rice, whether they're Japanese, Chinese, whatever. And they'll just take them chopsticks and just go to town on that, like
Oh yeah.
like it's a natural,
Well, they got skills.
like a natural thing. And I mean, how can you eat?
Well, whenever I go to a Chinese restaurant or buffet, I have to impress them. I always get chopsticks, and I do my thing. It's kind of like I wish I would have brought some up here. The way you hold it, that you kind of scoop it up.
Maybe that's the new diet that would work for everybody. Make everybody eat with chopsticks, because it would take you forever.
Can you imagine eating a steak with chopsticks, or like a pizza? That wouldn't be too fun. So, anyways, things have been going good for me. I recently got promoted at my new job, so that's a big thing. I work at this company that creates and packages the test kits for COVID-19. And I got promoted. This guy right here got promoted to the pack leader. So I run the labeler
You're
machine.
the main wolf.
Yeah. Yep. I run the labeler machine. So it's like there's a room that has all these guys wearing the whole suits, and girls, not just guys, but wearing the entire suits with the glasses on, their arms completely covered, gloves, and they put the liquid in there, which is called media, into the tubes, and then the tubes come from the machine through this little tiny door, and there's like these little plastic flaps, and then the conveyor belt comes through. It's a little tiny square, and then the conveyor belt comes through, and it brings all these tubes, like several of them, and it brings them around, and then it spits them out onto another conveyor belt, which comes to the labeler, and you got like this giant roll of labels, and then you got like the printer part, which has an ink ribbon. You wind up the ribbon, it's black ink or whatever, and it brings the tubes through, and it puts labels on them. And so I'm the guy that does the label machine, the pack leader, and then it spits the tubes out once it puts the labels on and puts it in a box. Some of the stations, it goes directly into a tray that these people are inspecting from. And then once they inspect it, they put it in another tray or bin. And then there's people that grab it and just box it. So, and my job as the pack leader is just to make sure it's printing the labels correctly, the paperwork's filled out correctly. And when the ribbon breaks, the ink ribbon, when that snaps, you got to stop things and, fix it. And then it diverts the tubes that don't have labels that are coming from the other room. It diverts those tubes straight into a bin. And then once you're back on with the labeler, then it brings it back through. So it's an interesting process. I can't show you guys photos or anything of inside facility, but it's pretty neat. I was on the news, so maybe I could show a clip from that. I don't know. But, yep, I got promoted already, and they want to hire me. Right now it's through a temp agency, so they want to hire me on full-time after my 90 days. So, yep.
Very interesting.
Very interesting indeed. So, a lot going on in the world, but I am not going to talk about politics. I was telling you guys earlier that I got criticized, I think is a good word.
Hey, you got labeled.
I got labeled.
Oh.
There we go. That's the perfect button. And I remember this time it does it twice. So, but, in all fairness, I understand when you talk about politics, you're inviting yourself to be criticized because people are extraordinarily opinionated. That's a fair.
Not me.
Not me. Yeah. And then when it comes to politics,
I don't know who you're talking about.
Dude, people, especially if they oppose your opinion, then they'll attack you and throw their truth at you. And so none of the stuff that we talked about in the last podcast was us saying absolutes. Like we were just talking about. And matter of fact, the one thing I do own up to on that last podcast is I didn't get it edited and put out until like 5 days later. So that's why some of the things that were in there weren't 100% lined up with the current, information that was put out there. So that's the problem with not doing the podcast and editing it right away and getting it put out there is then some of that information is outdated. So, and people won't let you forget that. So, but I will say this, and I'll, end it with this. I am very much a conservative, so I do not align with liberal thinking or liberal ideals. So that's why those people were probably liberal, and I'm not. And so they will go to war with me on anything I say. And so it comes with the territory. You can't, like I said many times, you cannot expect everyone to like you.
Yeah,
It's impossible.
And by the way, those comments are welcomed, no matter how harsh they are, because that's what we are. We're
Freedom of speech.
Yeah, we're here to put our views and opinions and talk, and you guys are more than welcome to give your views and opinions and talk. And hey, if we're wrong, we're wrong.
Charlie, are you saying that we're human beings and that we can be wrong?
We're not afraid. We're not afraid to admit that we're wrong.
Whoa!
And we,
holy smokes,
we said something that wasn't right, or
dude, I even had a friend of mine. I won't say their name, as usual. I don't say people's names, but I had a friend of mine that straight up said it was not good, and they couldn't even watch the whole thing, and they just turned it off. But they're also don't have the same ideals as me, so. But anyways, that's why I try to stay out of politics. I want this show to be more comedy based, more just talking about stuff.
Oh, comedy based? I got one for you.
And yes, let's get into that. So Charlie has this. Are we going to do that?
No, I'm just going to do this one.
Okay.
Why couldn't the green pepper practice archery?
Because he was a green pepper.
Because he did. Or no, because he was not a habanero. He did not have a habanero.
He didn't habanero.
I blew it. I didn't say it slow enough.
He didn't habanero.
He didn't habanero.
Oh my goodness, Charlie Barker, those jokes, those corny dad jokes. Oh, so yeah, that's funny. That's funny, dude. So I saw recently, dude, that Joe Rogan, the king of all podcasts, has moved he did his first show in Austin, Texas. I believe he's moved already. I was trying to find that on the internet if he actually moved yet. I think he did. He had been talking about it for a while. But I think he's moved his operations to Austin, Texas. He finally was like, I'm done with California. It's too expensive. Everything's too crazy. And he finally left. So, and
Austin's becoming quite the city.
Well, Austin is California.
It's been a target city for.
Yes, it is very much California. I've been there. I know it from experience. I used to live around there, and
I drove through there once.
Yeah.
Twice.
Well, it's different from when you. It's really crazy. I mean, there's nice people there. We enjoyed hanging out there, but it's definitely an extension of California, and I think before too long, it'll probably be like, you know how Branson is to Vegas.
Well, Branson never was supposed to be like Vegas. Branson was supposed to be like Nashville.
Oh, true. That's true. So, anyways, yeah,
you won't find a casino in.
No, you won't. No, you won't. So he's there. But here's what I wanted to say. A lot of people are talking not about him moving to Austin, Texas, but his studio setup. Have you seen his old studio?
Yeah.
Like in Los Angeles?
Yeah.
Okay. That fits his personality pretty well. Matter of fact, I can show you here because I'm pretty sure I can show them. But anyways, it's pretty crazy. People think it's weird looking. They think it's really weird looking. And
His new studio?
Yeah, look at that. Doesn't that look like a...
That is definitely weird looking.
It looks like a spaceship. I mean...
Looks like something
what the heck? And he's got like that Hindu...
Looks like something off of Star Trek.
It does look... Beam me up, Scotty. Dude, how weird is that? Like, I haven't even seen one person say anything good about that.
It's time for the show. Beam me up.
I mean, dude, that is so weird looking.
Yeah, you'll have to put that picture on so they can see.
Oh, I will. I'll do it in editing, but I'm trying to find one where he's sitting down with a guest. But, I mean, that's just absolutely... But, you know, if that's what he wants to do... Golly, that's weird looking.
That's even worse.
And I watched the podcast. It's super dark. looking. So they're working out the kinks, and then the camera angles were not very good because I saw one of them where I think he had Ron White on. Was it Ron White or the other
guy?
Yeah, and but he had the camera switched real quick. It was like, you know how we do the way he has it set up now. They'll have to work the kinks out, but it's just weird, and that's what people are talking about right now is how weird.
Yeah, they're used to Dunk and other.
Yeah, I mean it's a complete different change.
It's not like he could pick up that studio and bring it with him,
right? Well, and I've seen other YouTubers do that where they change, and I'm sure people make fun of my studio, but not as much as Joe Rogan's. This is pretty sweet, and I'll stand by this. This is like, if you saw my studio set up and where it's located and how small of a space, I think most people would say, dude, this is pretty cool. But I've seen other YouTubers where they change their scenery, and one of them is Meet Kevin, and he talks about the stimulus checks and talks about his rental empire that he has. He's a young man, younger than me, and he's very wealthy. I'm subscribed to him, and he's cool. He's got good content. But I don't have it pulled up, but I'll show Charlie later, and I'll show you guys. But anyways, I'll show you a picture of him. So there you go. You guys seen the picture.
What do you think of him?
Yeah. No, it's pretty weird. I'm sure you guys can admit that was really weird looking picture of Meet Kevin's new office setup. He had like this moss. Like it's just hard to explain. I mean, it's ugly, very ugly. And I think he's changed it since then, but he was very proud of it. Anywho, weather's changing here in Kansas City, Missouri. It's fall. So
pumpkin spice is out.
Pumpkin spice, everything. Pumpkin spice lattes, scarves.
I seen this particular grocery store and their ad had caramel apple cookies or something like that. That was almost worth cheating on.
Yeah, caramel. Yeah, I am going to get out of ketosis for this. Yeah, so it's getting cold outside, very cold. But I like it. I like the different weather changing.
Well, now you don't have to complain when you ride in the car.
That's true, because this guy over here, he lost his air condition in his vehicle, and now he's had to ride around with his windows down, having a heat stroke and the worst part about it is he needs his car to get around to work, not just getting to work. He has to go to different stores and check things out. So yeah, he was pretty miserable. But tonight, when I'm done filming this, I got to go outside and burn a bunch of stuff. So
burn, baby,
burn, baby, burn. So I think we're going to keep this podcast pretty short today. I don't think we're going to do a long, drawn-out show. But so what has been on your mind lately, Charlie Bartha?
Well, I'm bacheloring it for a while.
Yeah, his wife is gone, so my mother-in-law is gone for another, couple weeks?
Yeah, October 1st, I think, is when coming back, somewhere like that.
Huh. Yeah, she's gone for a couple weeks, and she's been gone already for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
And he's all by himself with his
notice.
dogs. Yeah, I didn't even notice. We'll edit that part out. Do you like being a bachelor? I mean, does it bring you back to your old days, your single days? I'm sure my wife, well, I guess it would be called what would a bachelorette?
Yeah, bachelorette.
Okay. Yeah, so it's just him and his two little dogs, Enoch and Holly. Holly's a little poodle.
Yeah, she's a little miniature poodle.
Little miniature poodle.
We had her almost 2 years now.
2?
Yeah.
Well, she belonged to his mother, who has gone on, and he inherited her.
Yep. And before that, she was in a puppy mill. My mom rescued her out of a puppy mill. She'd been making puppies for 7 years.
That's so crazy, man, that they do that to animals.
Yeah.
They just use them to breed and make money.
Yeah.
Like all kinds of money. I mean, that's big business. I mean, some of these dogs are a couple $1,000s a puppy.
You know, the saddest part about it is the Amish are the biggest culprits of it.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll have to check that out. I heard something about that.
Yeah. Missouri is one of the top states too for it.
Puppy mills.
Yep.
It's just so sad, man. People just when it comes to money, they don't even think about. They throw all morals out the window. And I mean, I understand they're just animals, but we're also responsible to take care of them and not abuse them and use them. So it's poor animals. And we've done so much crossbreeding.
Yeah.
I mean, that's got to affect these animals. I mean, don't they come up with new breeds of dogs every year?
It's just like this. Okay. You take a trip to, say, I don't know, someplace overseas somewhere.
Right.
And you like that fruit you got over there. And you want that fruit. So they genetically modified and made you that fruit so you can have that fruit all year round here in the United States.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that because I was watching a show.
Like how can grapes reproduce? Seedless grapes reproduce. There's no seeds.
That's a good question.
Genetically modified.
Okay, so I was watching this guy. He's really cool. He's called Nightfall. Have you ever seen him? He has that really cool accent. I don't know what country he's from. Poland maybe, but he has a really thick accent and it sounds really cool. And he makes some really good videos. So I've been watching a lot of his stuff. And I just watched one today about that. How he was saying how a lot of fruits like bananas and cherries, or not cherries. There was something else that tastes like cherries, like peaches were different. A lot of our fruits, watermelons. I mean, some of these fruits were really tiny at one point, and then now they're big, and the way they look, the way they taste, we've really modified a lot of things.
Yeah.
From the way they used to be back, hundreds of years, even thousands of years ago. I'm wondering if this stuff's going to backfire on us eventually. I mean, wouldn't you think? If we keep modifying things and...
Yeah, it already has. I mean, that's a lot of the sicknesses and stuff come from...
Genetically modified.
That's my opinion. That's not scientific facts, but...
I know, I should just put that... I need to just put that permanently at the bottom of the video. Don't criticize us for just being people talking about stuff. Yeah. You do the same thing with people. Yeah. So, and I'm not a news source. I'm just entertainment.
And then, just by the way, the news sources aren't 100% accurate either.
Yeah. Newsflash.
So, if you're getting your information from the news, forget it.
Yeah.
So, unless you got personal experience or whatever, then don't take it.
Yeah, you really don't know things unless you're actually an expert in that field.
Well,
you could read articles all day long, and that could be inaccurate information.
Again, this is my opinion. The experts don't know what they're talking about too, because money talks.
That's true. Like, hey man, I'll slip you $1,000.
Because you have experts that are saying this, and then you have experts that are saying this. And which one is real?
Oh, yeah. And speaking of money talks, Steven Mnuchin. I was watching the Joe Rogan podcast, and he was talking to, I forgot the guest's name, but they were talking about how Steven Mnuchin has a beautiful wife, let's just say. She's like a supermodel, and she's younger than him. And you would never I mean, you see
Just a touch.
he is, I don't like making fun of people, but he is a very bizarre, very interesting person. The way he talks is just like very monotone. And the president I talked to the president and we said we are going to release the stimulus check. And then he just, I can't even impersonate Steve. He's so interesting.
I don't know, because you were kind of sounding like Donald in that.
What did you say? No, but I found out he has, Joe Rogan was saying he has Tourette's syndrome. Stephen Mnuchin has Tourette's syndrome. And that's probably why he does that thing with his neck and stuff. But yeah, money talks. Donald Trump is a good example. I mean, he's a wealthy, very wealthy man.
And half the country envies him for
supermodel.
it.
Yep, supermodel wife.
Well,
she used to be.
Yeah.
But so yeah, genetically modified everything, man. Genetically modified people. And
they're already talking about that. They're already talking about doing that stuff.
I watched a documentary on Netflix, and they were talking, like this one episode was talking about how what was that one thing they injected? It's from DNA. They would inject, like this guy was injecting it in himself to alter his own genetics, like his DNA, and it's some kind of chromosome or something that attaches itself to your. And it splices it, and it replaces any defects in your DNA. And this guy was doing that. And then they had a scene where they were showing a guy that was trying to make dogs glow. And he was doing something to the DNA in the dog's semen or whatever. And they would inject it into another dog to try to get them pregnant, so that there would be dogs born that can glow.
Nice. That'd be kind of cool, though. Take your dog for a walk at night.
And it's glowing. Oh, my God. That would be really weird. But, yeah, I think we've gone too far with a lot of things. I mean, they were trying to do the first human head transplant.
It was very successful. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. No, and I don't think it ever happened. It was a Russian scientist, and he had somebody lined up to do it, and he had already experimented on, I believe, mice, and I think it was kind of successful, and then he felt confident that he could do it, and now I haven't heard anything else about it.
That sounds like a creepy horror movie to me.
Well, this guy, the guy that volunteered, he can't use the rest of his body, so he wants to transplant his head onto another human body that works. Isn't that crazy? So the way they were going to do it was to open up the neck and everything, the muscles, and then take and detach and then attach one at a time. Something like that. They would have to make his body like really cold.
Okay. That's all I'm going to say.
And switch it over. That is just trip. They've already done face
Frankenstein.
Yeah. They've already done face transplants. So people that were severely injured, like people that had their face blown off by grenades in the war, and they have, put new faces on them.
Just got somebody walking down the street says, I don't want my face no more. I'll donate it.
Well, someone that died and they had a good, healthy face. So, but that can you imagine that though? Like looking in the mirror and seeing, technically you do see somebody else when you're looking in the mirror and you have a completely deformed face. You're not seeing your own face.
Okay.
So if you could have anyone's face, what would it be?
mine is beautiful as it is.
I know who you would pick.
Who would I pick?
Donald Trump. You'd have the orange.
Only if the money came with it.
No, the orange look. And the beautiful hair. That'd be kind of cool. You'd be sitting next to me looking like Donald Trump.
Then we could do you up in Biden.
Do me up in Biden. That smells funny, Charlie. This mask smells funny. That's funny. All right, so I think let's just go ahead and wrap this up.
I want to do some jokes.
Some more jokes?
Yeah.
I thought you said you only had one joke.
No, I have that one for that time. I got more.
What are we not going to do the other thing?
I don't have anything for that.
Oh, okay. So we're not going to do it. Yeah. Okay. Well, you guys don't know what we're talking about, but eventually you will. So let's read some corny dad jokes with Charlie.
All right. Radishes, baby spinach, arugula salad. Oh, wait a minute. That's my grocery list. Sorry.
What? Was that the joke? Crack me up, Charlie.
That's my grocery list. So where does the general keep his armies?
Where does the general keep his armies?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Are you kidding me? You don't know? Seriously?
He keeps them on the base.
Where do you keep your armies?
Oh, on my body?
In your sleeveys.
In my sleeve. Oh, that's cute. That's cute.
How does a squid go into battle?
How does squid...
Wait, do we have bad jelly beans in here?
Oh, no.
Oh, there they are.
Yeah, no. A squid go into battle.
Yeah.
It inks people.
Oh, my gosh. Well armed.
Well armed.
Yes.
That's a good one, Charlie. That's a really good one.
Where do you find a cow with no legs?
Didn't we have this joke before?
May have. I don't know.
The pound. On
Right
the ground.
right where you left it.
Right where you left it. That's a good one. I haven't heard that version.
All right. Why aren't koala bears actually bears?
Because they don't qualify.
They don't meet the qualifications.
Hey, that was close. You got to hand that one to me.
All right. What is ET short for?
It's not a joke. Extraterrestrials.
Because he's only got little legs.
Oh my goodness. That's funny.
Hey, you want to hear my best Batman impersonation?
What?
Oh, no, not kryptonite.
That's not Krypton. What? That's Superman.
Thanks. I've actually been working on it.
You got me on that one. All right. Is that all your daddy corny jokes?
I got questions. Those are jokes. I got questions. You want to do the questions?
Sure. Let's ask some questions.
All right.
We'll be done here soon.
What did the one campfire say to the other campfire?
Put me out.
Close. Shall we go out tonight?
Shall we go out tonight?
Yeah.
That's a good one. Those sound like jokes.
Yeah, question jokes. What is white and black but red all over?
A newspaper.
The newspaper is red all over, yes.
I got it.
What becomes wetter the more it dries?
Wetter the more it dries?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a trick one. I'm gonna have to go with the word wetter.
A towel.
Oh my goodness, man. All right.
What did the ocean say to the... Just what did the ocean say?
It waved.
Nothing, it waved.
Got it.
Which nail does the carpenter try to miss?
His toenail.
His fingernail.
Fingernail.
And this is a fact question. See if you know your facts. Where did the expression "the whole 9 yards" originate from?
I have no idea.
You don't even want to take a guess?
Something to do with football?
The standard U.S. ammo belt is 27 inches or 27 feet or 9 yards.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. You
So
guys learned
when they're in the
something
battle,
today.
they go the whole 9 yards.
The whole 9 yards. We're going to go the whole 9 yards. Well, do you want to wrap this thing up?
Yes, we got to do thumbnail.
Yeah, we'll do a thumbnail after.
Don't forget, there's something hidden from my portion over here, and I guess you just have to comment if you see it, because I don't have no.
Yeah, and it'll prove that you actually listened and watched
if you send me your address, I'll send you a jelly bean.
We'll pick you a special jelly bean out. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. You're absolutely amazing. To everyone that continues to support and like the channel, regardless of where we're at right now, I absolutely love you guys. You're amazing. And like I say, always try to do good things. Be good to people. Love one another. And we'll try to make this world a better place. Have a good night, a good day, whenever you're watching this, wherever you're watching this. You are amazing. We'll talk to you later. Stay tuned for the next podcast. We're out of here.
See you later, everybody.
Thanks for listening to the This Could Make Us Famous podcast. Want to help make someone famous? Have a story to share? Get in touch with us at facebook.com/This Could Make Us Famous. And be sure to subscribe to this podcast so you don't miss a single episode.